Hello friends, let's welcome back to the second session of Photoshop, which is very exciting and wonderful. Let's dive into the Photoshop course. Get ready. So the question is, where do we get Adobe Photoshop software? Just go to internet, open your Google Chrome. So we have a official website, adobe.com. Now this is the official website and manufacturer of Photoshop. Now here once you click on Adobe Photoshop, here you have free trial. So here you can get Adobe Photoshop software for 7 days for free, and if you want full version you have to buy. So for now, after installing Adobe Photoshop free trial, after your Adobe Photoshop software is installed, then click on the application link. Now this is the graphical user interface. Here you have file options where you can see how to create a new document, how to open Photoshop document, and how to save, close, and how to export in different formats. We also have different panels for editing, for cut, copy, clear, paste, and you have all the editing options in editing panel. Now this is image panel, where you can modify different properties of the image. This is like alteration of image size, image rotation, crop, and you will find all the properties of images, and you will find all the editing options of the image. Now this is layer panel. Here you will have different options which are related to layers: grouping layers, hiding layers, arranging layers, merging layers. You will find each and every option of layers in this panel. So now these are the different tools to edit an image. These are the different windows for editing Photoshop documents. Now let us see how to create a new document. Go to File, click on New, and the shortcut is Ctrl+N. When you start a new document, you have to give a name to the document. And document type. Here we have to mention the size of the document. For example, let us take international paper. Here you have A4 size, A6 size, A5, A3. For now, let us take A4 size. Here 210 mm, that is millimeters, width and height is 297 mm. This is the standard size of A4 size paper. Now we have different units in Photoshop. For examples, inches. A4 size can also be mentioned in 8.2 inches and even 11.6 inches. Centimeters, 21 centimeters, 29 centimeters. Pixels. In Photoshop, pixels mean a small dot which has information of color. So now you have resolution 300. So minimum resolution you need to keep is 150. That is minimum resolution in Photoshop for any document to have a clear image. Now Let us take background content as transparent. Just for now, I just want to click OK. So this is the new Photoshop document which is empty, and the grid you can see here, right? What this means is it is a transparent file or a transparent document. For now, let us import a small image. Go to File, Place Embedded. Click on Place Embedded. Now you can see these are the different images with different formats. Now I am just importing an image. So when you place your cursor on the image, you can see some information. The item type is PNG file with dimension of 666 and 348 with size of 31 KB. So this is a PNG file, portable network graphics. So just click on this image and click on place. Now you can see this parrot, a beautiful image with a transparent background. PNG means portable network graphics, which is a transparent image which has information of transparency. Now click enter to place the image. Click enter. So this is how we can import any image into Photoshop. Now we will also see other option how to import an image. Just minimize your Photoshop window. Now I'm just selecting an image. Now you have a image, one more image here. I'm just clicking on this image and I'm just dragging it, and I'm just placing my mouse on Photoshop icon, and again I'm dragging it on the screen. When I release the cursor, you can see the image here, and you have a black color arrow, which is, you can see a black arrow. With the help of this, we can move the entire image. So this is how we import images into Photoshop software. Now click enter to place the image. Now the panel what you see here is a layer panel. So whenever you place an image, it will import in a different layer. For example, this bird is imported in a different layer, and even this image is imported in a different layer. For now, layers is not the topic. We will discuss later in detail. So now we will see how to import few other images in a new document. Go to File, Create, click on the New. Now let us name it as Type 2. Now here we will take one more template, international paper. Let us take A3 size, which is 297 millimeters and 420 millimeters. Now let us take in inches. I hope you all know what is inches, millimeters and centimeters. Now let me take the background content as white. Just click OK. Now this is a new document with white background. Now I want to rotate this image, rotate this document. So now click on image. Here you have a image rotation option. Now click 90 degrees clockwise. So it has rotated and became a landscape document. Now let us see the other option like zoom. Now let us see the option how to zoom a document. Hold Control button and click on plus. Now you can see the document is zooming inside. Now if you want to zoom out, hold Control key and click on minus. Now you can see your document is zooming out. Zoom in Control plus, zoom out Control minus. Now let us import few images in this document and see how the zoom works. Go to File, Place Embedded. Now I am selecting one more option, one more image, place. Now you have a bird here. Now you have all these different points in the corner where you can use this to scale the document. Now you can even move this image when you have a black color arrow. Now after this, click Enter to place the image. Go to File, Place Embedded, click on the bird. You can see the item type, which is PNG, which has transparency background. Click on Place. Again, you can scale it. You can move it and click Enter. So now let us use Control plus to zoom in. Control plus. Now it is zooming in a different direction where I cannot see the images. So Control minus to zoom out. Now I want to pan and see these images. So you have an option called pan. Click on the button here, which is H. So you have a hand symbol. So by left clicking, you can drag the document. Now here you also have zoom option. Click on the zoom. You have a plus symbol on the lens. When you left click, it is zooming. Now when you see all this tiny small box, now this is called a pixel. This has color information, and combining all these pixels, it becomes an image. So now to pan, you have to use hand symbol, and the shortcut is space bar. When you hold space bar, you will have direct access to pan. For example, I'm just clicking on this lens, okay, zoom lens. Now I want to use pan option. So without clicking on this hand symbol or pan option, you can directly click on space bar. So when I click space bar, it is showing me a pan symbol. The lens is changing into a hand symbol, which is a pan mode. So I'm just clicking on the pan. I'm just holding space bar, and with left click, I'm just dragging the image. So all these are pixels with different color information. So now I want to zoom out. So now I'm just clicking on this lens, and you have a minus symbol on the lens. I'm just clicking on it and left click. So this is how you use pan tool and zoom tool. I hope you clearly understood what is zoom and pan. Now, we have created this nice composition. Let us import other formats like JPEG images. Go to File, go to Place Embedded. Let us see, or you can even cancel here like this. Minimize your screen. Here are few JPEG images. Now let us see properties of these images. Select the image, right click, go to Properties. Here you can see JPEG file, Joint Photographic Expert Group. It is the name of the file. Now it is of 151 kilobytes, and we have other details like dimensions of the image, like 1401 into 850 with 1401 pixels, height 850 pixels and 96 dpi dot pixels per inch. Dpi mean dot pixel per inch, and the bit depth rate is 24. So now just select this image, JPEG image, and you can drag directly on to Photoshop. Now I am dragging this on the document. Now you can see there is no transparency because this is not a PNG format. So all these images are importing in a different layer. This is a new layer, and to place this, just click enter, and now you can see like all the different layers. You can turn on the visibility and turn off the visibility of this particular layer. This here you can see an eye option where you can turn off the layer, turn on the layer. Now with all these images we have created a nice composition or a nice document. Now let us see how to save this. Go to File. Here you have Save As option. Click on Save As. Select the path where you want to save. Give a nice name, My First Composition, and here you have different types. So we have to save all these documents in Photoshop format. So Photoshop is a editable format. Anytime you can open these documents and save, open, edit. You can add images, you can edit anything. So to do all these things, you have to save it in Photoshop document. So click on Save on desktop, My First Composition, Photoshop document, that is PSD. Just click on Save. Maximize compatibility. Just click OK. Now you can see our new composition is saved in a new file, a Photoshop document. So let us just see the properties, or just place the cursor. You can see type PSD file and the size is 24 MB, and you can even see the date and time is also mentioned. So just click on this document and right click and go to Properties. Here you can see all the details. .psd is the format, and you can just go to the details, 24 MB. So this is how you save your composition. So for example, let us close this document. Now it is asking save changes to the Adobe Photoshop document. So we haven't saved this document, so just click yes. So I am saving this as avatar composition. The save as type is Photoshop PSD format. Just click save. Maximum compatibility. Okay. Now I'm just closing this Photoshop software. Now I have my first composition file and avatar composition file. Now I want to open any of the file. So just click on my first composition, right click and just click on open. So again you can see the entire file with the different layers and your composition is still editable. So if you want to send this output to any client, you can't send as PSD document. To send the output to anyone or client, you have to save it in JPEG format or PNG format. So just go to file, go to save as, click on desktop. Here my first composition, I'm just output, and the save as type I'm just taking as JPEG format, that is Joint Photographic Expert Group format. Now click on save. So now a new window is popped out. Now here you can see it is asking what kind of quality you want. You want 0 quality, which is very low, or medium quality, which is 6, or you want maximum quality. Now you can also see the size of the output or the size of the document. Now when I'm opting for low, it is showing me 197 KB. For medium, it is showing me 401 KB. Now if it is maximum, it is showing me 1.6 MB. So for now I'm just keeping as maximum 12 and just clicking OK. Now I'm just minimizing the software. So on the desktop you can find one more image. So this is our output. So just click on this image. So you can see this image as a regular photograph or a regular image where you must have seen on your computer on desktop like so many times. So just click on the properties of the image. You can find 1.62 MB and go to details. Here you will find dimensions of the image, pixels, DPI, 24-bit. So I hope everyone you understood how to save an image and save in Photoshop document. This is a JPEG format, Joint Photographic Expert format. Now let us see how to save the same document in PNG format. Go to file, save as, my first composition underscore output 2. Now here save as type PNG. The PNG image can save all the data of transparency. So click on save. These are two important formats in Photoshop. So now you can see one more image. So this is, you can see PNG file 2.90 MB. This is JPEG file which has 1.62 MB. Now if you see the same document we have saved into two different formats, but the image size is different. The PNG file type has 2.90 MB and JPEG image has 1.62 MB because PNG has more information about color, about transparency and so many other things. So that is why, because there is so much information in the image, it is taking so much data and so much space. So this is a PNG image. You can see here .png. and this is .jpeg. So these are very important formats in Photoshop. Now we have opened the document. Now you can see the images are in different sizes. Now what if you want to change the size of the image? I want to increase the size of the image because I didn't like the proportion. Now to select this particular image, here you have an option called auto select. Because this is checked on, you are able to select an image. If you see, when you have a blue color on this panel, that means you are selecting that particular layer. You can see you can increase the size of the thumbnail by right clicking, and large thumbnails, right click, medium thumbnails, right click, small thumbnails, right click, no thumbnails. It is very important to know what is inside the layer. So it is always better to have large thumbnails. Now I want to select this particular image. So if I don't check this on, if I am trying to select this image, it is already selected. Now what if I want to select this parrot image? I'm just clicking on it. So nothing is happening. Still I'm able to change this frog image. That is because auto select is not on. So the other way to select this parrot image is to directly see the thumbnail and click on this. Now if I move, I'm able to move this particular image. Now if I want to move this yellow color bird, I'm just clicking on this particular layer and I'm just trying to move. So here you have an here you have an option called move. You have a plus arrow and a arrow symbol. Now with this you can just select any particular layer and you can move. Now I am selecting this green color image. Now this frog. Now yellow bird. So this is move button. Now if you are not comfortable using this layer panel, simply just click on auto select. Just click on the image. Now you can see the layer is switched into another layer. I'm just clicking on the frog layer. It is directly automatically selecting this particular layer. You can simply move this anywhere on the document. You can just select this. It is auto select. This is very important option in Photoshop. Now if I'm trying to select this image, I'm not able to select. That is because auto select is not on. Now I can select any particular image and just move the image anywhere on the document. Now let us see how to change the size of the image. For example, I see this parrot is not in a good proportion. So I'm selecting this image and I have an option called free transform. So go to edit. Here you have free transform. Just click on it. So you're getting nice controls. You can see all these points which helps you to edit the size of the image, where you can drag it with left button of the mouse. You can simply edit the proportion, scale, width, height, anything. Now I am convinced with this particular size. So now just move. Now click enter. Now you have edited the size of the image. Now I want to change again the size of the bird, the yellow bird. So select this, go to edit. Again the shortcut is Ctrl T. Now I'm just selecting this bird and holding Ctrl and clicking on T. So again you got this free transform tool. So this is the way you can edit the height, width of an image. So after adjusting the height and width, just click on enter. Now your image is ready. So this is the way you adjust the height and width of any particular image. Now let us see the rotate option. For now, I'm just closing this image. Now let us see rotate option. So select this image, edit, free transform. Now I want to rotate this image. So right click, you have rotate 180 degrees. Now your image has rotated into 180 degrees. Right click, rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. So these are the options to rotate particular image into right angles. Now what if you want to rotate an image into a different angle? You can simply just keep your cursor on any of the corner points and you can rotate the image and click enter. Now select this parrot, select this image, edit, free transform. We have different controls at the corners. Just select this and place your mouse on any of the corners. You will get an angle symbol. Then you can simply rotate or adjust the angle whichever you want, and you can still move this and enter. So this is the way we rotate any particular image. Now we will see few more options in free transform tool. So Ctrl T, right click, flip horizontal, flip vertical. So if you want to flip your images into different direction, you can use flip horizontal or flip vertical. So this is the way you flip your images into different direction, horizontally or vertically. So once you have adjusted your images, just click enter. Now we have few more options in free transform. Just select the image, go to edit, free transform, right click. Here you have skew option. Just select on this. So you can see you can change the proportion, perspective, angle of the image. This is not called rotation or flipping or anything. You are changing the perspective of the image. So for every view you will have something called perspective, that is 1-point perspective or 2-point perspective. So with this option you can change the perspective angle of an image and enter. Now I didn't like the proportion or I didn't like the proportion of the image. So I want to undo it. I want to go back to the original state. So I just go to edit. Here you have undo option. Just click on undo. Step backward, edit, step backward. Now we again went back to the original state of the image. You can simply use Ctrl Alt Z, Alt Ctrl Z or Ctrl Alt Z. So now just click on Ctrl T for free transform tool, right click. Here you have one more option called perspective, which is similar to skew option. So this kind of option is majorly used for flooring patterns or any posters to keep on any walls. Ctrl T, right click, distort. So here you have an option. When you select this option, you will get few more controls where you can control the image. So when you click this option, you will have more control in editing this image. For face morphing, for many other things, you can use this kind of options. So after doing this, simply if you like the proportion, you just have to click on this button to commit transform or even enter. So again, I'll repeat again. To again go back to the original state, you can either use Ctrl Z or Alt Ctrl Z. If you are using Ctrl Z, it is only one step backward. If you are using Ctrl Alt Z, that means you are stepping backward many times. So I'm just using Ctrl Alt Z to go back to the original state. So Ctrl T, right click, distort. I'm using this option. Just click on this. You'll have more controls. You can simply edit this. You can use this option to have more control on the image, to modify. And simply click on this button or enter. Now I'm using Ctrl Alt Z to go back to the original state. Now we have few more options in free transform. Go to edit, free transform, right click, warp. This is also similar to distort. So this is the way you can edit, modify any image into different form, different shape. You can distort, you can rotate, you can flip, you can do so many things. And this is a very important tool to adjust scale, angle and all the things. So I hope you understood. So we'll continue the same session with different more examples. So for now, just click enter and let us multiply these birds. Okay, now I'm selecting this particular green color layer, this green color image. Now just hold Alt. So when I hold Alt, you can see the cursor is changing into different icon. You can see a black and a white icon. That means you have entered into doubling the image. That means you have entered into a copying state. So just hold Alt and just hold the left click and drag on the image. Now the image is duplicated. I repeat, click on any image you want to duplicate. So I have selected this. Hold Alt. When you hold Alt, the cursor has changed into a different icon with a black and white arrow head, and just hold your left click and drag. Now your image has duplicated and it has multiplied. So this is the way you multiply any image, and this is the move tool. You can adjust your birds Now I really like, I didn't like the composition. I want, for example, this is yellow, green, again I want a yellow bird here. So simply click on this image and move with your left click, select this yellow image, hold your left click and drag here. Now yellow, green, yellow. Now you have yellow, yellow and green. Now here I want a green bird, but I have an extra yellow bird. So I want to simply delete this bird. So to delete an image or a layer, you can simply go here, right click and delete layer, or else just simply select this image and click on the delete button. The image is deleted. Now I'm just selecting this green button, holding Alt. I can see the image cursor has changed. I'm simply dragging with the left click and multiplying this image. Now I really like the composition. Now I want to save this document into a different format, in a JPEG format. So I'm just going to File, Save As, and I'm changing the name as birds composition _1, or you can simply give a date. Save as type Photoshop document. I'm saving it on desktop. Click on save. Okay. Now if you see birds composition, my new composition is already here. Now I want to save as a JPEG format. I want to save it as an image, as an output. So click on File, Save as type. Now I am here opting for JPEG, Joint Photographic Expert Group. Birds composition 1 _ output. Desktop, save. I want to save it at its maximum quality. Click on OK. Now your birds composition, this is not a editable document, this is an output. So click on this. Now you can see your brand new composition is ready. This is a beautiful, nice image. It's our new composition. Now, so here you don't have, like, the background is white. Now what if you want to save the same image with transparent background? So what I will do is, I'll go to Photoshop again. Here you have background which is visible. So I'm making it is invisible. So when I'm just like turning off the layer, I can see the transparency in the background. Now go to File, Save as type PNG. Here you have Portable Network Graphics, where you can save your image with transparent information or transparent background. Go to desktop, save. Here compression smallest. Okay. Now if you see, so here you can see birds composition 4. If you see here, this is JPEG document which is 2.1 MB. If you see PNG document, same file, same size, but 4.9 MB because it has more information. So you can see the background is completely black, invisible. That means, so if you just import this document into different file, you will find a transparent background. You don't have to cut or trim or anything. You don't have to do anything to clear or erase the background. So this is how you save. So this is how you save files into PNG format or JPEG format. So always remember, PNG means with transparency, JPEG means it is a complete photograph image. So this is how you save files into JPEG or PNG. These both formats are very important in Photoshop, in VFX industry, in any other industry. This is a major format type. So I hope you understood what is JPEG and what is PNG and how to edit, modify Photoshop documents, how to save. So you can see different toolbars here, different panels here. So if you are not getting the same panels on your screen or on your software, just go to Windows. Here you have so many panels, so many options. So go to Window. Here you can see Workspace Default. So when you click on this, this is your default workspace. If you want to change into motion space, now everything will change into a different form, different configuration. So now again, if you want to get back to default workspace, just click on this. This is the default workspace. You can see F7. F7 means layer panel. Just click on this. The layer panel is invisible again. So again, if you want to get back the same layer panel, just click on this layer panel and the shortcut is F7. Okay. Now we have few more options called like options tool and tools also. So when you click on options, like there are so many options, there is an option bar here. Now it is invisible. Just click on options. So when you click, you can see this option toolbar. Now again go to Windows and here you have tools. Windows and tools. So don't get confused. So if you don't find any of these options on your screen, just go to Windows, Workspace, click on Default, or this is Layer Panel and this is Tool Panel and this is Option Bar. Now just click on the options. So to close any document, you can simply, there is one more way, you can simply just click on this. Now it will ask, do you want to save this document? Yes. So by this, this is the end of the session. So simply you can click on this to close the software, or else go to File, Exit. Control Q is to exit from the software. So guys, this is all about today's session. So we will meet in the next session. Until then, thank you.